Hello friends, Mandar here. I'm back with another video. Somebody just reminded me that August 2021 visa bulletin is out. This has come around 14th of the month, which is around the average time that we have been seeing the visa bulletin come out lately. Sometimes it is late, sometimes it's early. There is some good news and not so good news in the employment based section, and there is not so good news in the family based section. So we are going to go through this monthly ritual of comparing the current month visa bulletin with the next month's visa bulletin. Like clockwork, there are some things that happen every month: full moon, no moon, fasting, bills to be paid, monthly mortgage, and then there is visa bulletin. People who are stuck in the endless loop of green card processing in the backlog countries, they have to come and check the visa bulletin every month. So let's do the watch party together. I'm going to point out some of the things that have happened here. I'm going to compare the current month's visa bulletin with the new month's, which is comparing July with August visa bulletin, and I'm going to tell you why some dates have stalled and what we can anticipate to see in the upcoming months. So if you are interested in this topic, watch this video until the end and let's get started. If you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Mandar and I make immigration related videos for US and Canada. I'm not an immigration lawyer, so anything that I say on this video or on my channel is for information purpose only. And for your specific immigration needs, before you take any action, you should hire a competent immigration lawyer. The keyword is competent. Now let's look at the comparative analysis of current month's visa bulletin, which is July visa bulletin versus the August visa bulletin. Now remember, again I repeat, this current month's visa bulletin will be valid until the end of the month, which is 31st of July, and the August visa bulletin will take effect on 1st of August only. So if you see your dates progressed in the August visa bulletin, you can't apply for your 485 until the August visa bulletin takes effect on 1st of August. So now let's look at the comparative analysis. So as usual, I have the visa bulletin for July on the left and the August visa bulletin on the right. This is on the travel.state.gov website. Now let's look at the family based category first. So I'm just going to look at the final action dates chart for family based preference first. If you want to go directly to the employment based category, you can just click, you can just note the comment here at what time does it start, and you can directly go there. So let's look at the family based category first. So final action dates for family based category. So for F1 category, you can see the all chargeability has moved by about a week. So from 15th of November 2014 to 22nd of November 2014. Same has happened for China. It has moved from 15th to 22nd. For India the same, and for Mexico, however, it has moved by 3 months. For Philippines, it has moved by about a week. F2A category remains current throughout, and this has been the case for a while. So what it means is, if you are in this category, you can apply for adjustment of status right away. There is no wait time. F2B category for all chargeability, and China and India and Philippines, all of them has moved by about a week, from 15th of the month to 22nd of the month. For Mexico, however, it has moved by 1 full month, from 1st of February 2000 to 1st of March 2000. So which is good news for Mexico, because I guess the visa numbers are available for more Mexicans that are wanting to immigrate into the United States. F3 category has also moved very slightly. If you see across the board, it has moved by only 1 week. So from 1st of November 2008 to 8th of November 2008. But this is expected, because that's what we have been hearing from Charlie from the family based category. They have enough applicants in the pool for the visa numbers. So those dates are not probably going to change a whole lot in the upcoming months. Again, Mexico has progressed by about a month. Actually a month and a half, from 8th of March 97 to 22nd of April 97, and F4 category has moved by about 3 weeks across the board, except for Mexico. It has progressed by about a month and a half. Actually, Philippines has also progressed by about 2 months. So from 22nd of June to 8th of August 2002, which is about a month and a half. So there is a good progression that as expected in the family based category for final action date chart. Remember, the final action date chart movement means that you are more closer to actually getting your green card, whereas the filing date chart is for the family based category is allowing people to apply for 485 application. That is the final stage of the green card. Now let's go down to the filing date chart for family based category. So F1 again has remained the same, 15th of May 2016, and it has remained the same for China, India, Mexico and Philippines. So no change there. F2A is no change at all. F2B is also across the board, we are not seeing any change. So no dates have changed for F1, F2A, F2B. Let's see F3. F3 is also the same, 22nd of August 2009 for all chargeability, India and China. For Mexico also it remains the same, September 8th of 2000, and for Philippines also it remains the same. F4 again same across the board. What does this tell you? The filing date chart is the chart is being used for family based category at the current moment to apply for your 485. What this means is they have enough applicants already in the process and there are enough visas only for them. There are no extra visas to accommodate any extra applicants, so they cannot progress the dates for filing date chart. So the demand and the supply is actually just enough for the applicants who are already in the 485 stage. So that's what that means. There are no extra visas available for anybody to come into the pool. So the dates for filing date chart in the family based category haven't changed at all, which is after a long time. I have seen those dates change slightly in the last couple of months, but this is the first time I'm seeing the entire chart is being exactly the same from month after month. So this is not a very good news for family based category. However, look at the numbers that we saw from the quarter 2 and quarter 1. USCIS is processing family based category green cards at a faster pace than employment based category. That's what we saw in one of my previous videos and from the chart that USCIS has published. Hopefully in the upcoming month they will catch up. They will catch up with the more demand and they will have some visa numbers available for few more people to get into the pool. So I'm seeing this might progress in the next few months, but at the moment it has not progressed at all. This is certainly to progress after October. So now let's look at the employment based category. Now here's where the magic is. This is the final action date chart for employment based category. Now what this allows is this chart tells you whether or not you are close enough to actually getting your green card process. So say for instance EB1 has stayed current throughout. So whoever is eligible in EB1, you can apply for 485 and you will have a visa number assigned right away, as long as your documents are complete with the USCIS. So you are current across the board. EB2 is all chargeability is also current. Actually all chargeability is current across the board for employment based category. For China it has progressed, EB2 has progressed from 1st of December 2017 to 1st of April 2018, which is a good progression of about 4 months. Now let's look at India. India EB2 in final action date chart has not progressed at all. It stays at June 1st 2011, which is a little bit surprising because I thought this was going to progress. But what does it tell you? I will come to that in a moment. Mexico, Philippines and Vietnam, they all stay current. Now EB3 China has progressed from January 1st of 2019 to January 8th of 2019. EB3 China has not progressed very much. It is only progressed by about a week. Now EB3 India, however, has progressed by 6 full months. It has progressed from 1st of January 2013 to 1st of July 2013, which means they still have a lot more visa numbers available to take this additional demand of 6 months worth of EB3 applicants will have visa numbers available. Now let's go back to EB2. What has happened for EB2? 1st of June 2011. Now the date has stuck. Remember, if you have seen my previous video, I have mentioned if the USCIS, if Charlie progresses the dates too fast in the filing date chart, there is a chance that sometimes it would happen that the final action date chart would actually stall or retrogress. So this is the classic example. We have seen a big leap in the progression of date last month for EB2. Now they have to stall it because they still have a lot of applicants in the pool that are still being processed, so they cannot progress the dates for EB2 India. So this is the effect of too fast progression of the charts, which sometimes stalls the dates or even retrogresses. Now I'm glad that they did not retrogress it yet. For EB4, dates have progressed for El Salvador by about a month, and for Mexico it has not progressed. For EB5, dates have progressed for China by just about a week. They are current for India, Mexico, Philippines, and the Vietnam dates have actually become current. From 1st of April they have become current. And regional center EB5, they are closing that program and it is unavailable, which means you are not authorized to apply for 485 in this category at this point of time. Again, remember, there is a good news for EB3. It still progressed by about 6 months, which is great. It has to catch up with that February 2014 date in the filing date chart, but EB2 India is stalled at 1st of June 2011. So that is kind of surprising. Now let's look at what the filing date chart tells us. If let's see if Charlie has progressed those dates. I don't see them. So EB1 remains current throughout. EB2 remains current from all chargeability. For China, it has not. They have not changed the date, and for India also they have not changed the date. We expected they might change the date, but I think they progressed the date too aggressively in the last few months that they have to stall it now. And EB3 also, all the dates remain the same. For EB4, dates remain the same, and same for EB5 across the board. The filing date chart for employment based category has remained the same. Now what does this tell us? This tells us that the progression of the dates in the last 2 months has been too fast for EB2. Now they are kind of experiencing many more applicants are in the pool, they are in the airport, and now they are waiting for their flight to come. Now EB2 applicants already are enough to get the visa numbers. In fact, there are a lot of people in EB2 who are in the 485 stage whose dates are current, but they will still have to wait for their processing to be completed. Now EB3 dates have progressed, which means they are which means there are visa numbers available for more number of people than they are in the pool. So that's what we are seeing. Now what this also tells us that the downgrade petitions have still not come into effect. A lot of people who have downgraded the applications, they are probably still stuck in I-140 loop, because I-140 has been taking much longer than expected, and not all of the people and not many of the people are filing premium. Many people are still going with the normal processing, so their numbers are still counted against EB2, and that's why we can see those people who have already downgraded are still counted against EB2 and not EB3. That's probably just the theory that I'm applying here, but as you can see, the final action date for EB2 stalled. I would say they would still pick up, they would still move by a couple of months in the next month, which is the last month of this fiscal year. So in the September month, dates have to move for EB2 India, they have to move from June 2011 to December 2011. So we should expect to see the dates move by 6 months in the next month for EB2 in final action date chart. And also for EB3, the dates have to move from July 2013 to February of 2014 by almost like 7 months. So I would still hope that USCIS is able to process these applications fast enough for this final action date chart dates for EB2 and EB3 India to catch up with filing date chart. If not, then there is a possibility of retrogression, but that will be just limited to the last month of this year. Again, in October we expect to see a big leap in the number of in the dates in the filing date chart, which will be the chart that will be used for filing your I-485 application in October. So let's see what happens next month. I'm still optimistic that USCIS will be able to progress some dates and process some applications faster. But considering that dates have moved so fast in the last couple of months, a lot of people should still be happy with what is happening in the visa bulletin. So if you like the content of this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.